Mystic Mina, and if you're new here, welcome to my channel, okay? And if you're returning, like, hey boo, hey, how y'all doing, okay? But first, okay, I want to talk about the book that changed my life, okay? We're gonna get into that. But I want to give y'all a little rundown of what's going on, because I'm with y'all. Like, we family, we here. Like, we here, okay? If I can love you from the front, I just love you from behind. We here, okay? We here. So, I want to talk about what's going on, all right? Now, my YouTube channel been going on for, I don't know, for about 2 years. And recently, I have just kind of like started like picking up the speed. And even with me picking up the speed, it seems like I'm not doing enough, right? Like, it just seems like I can't get it where I wanted to get it. But we gonna get it together, all right? Because we gonna get it together, all right? And I moved a couple of months ago. And you know how it is when you move, right? It's like you function on, you have the functioning things that you need. But when it comes to actually unpacking things or sorting out things, and I have a whole bunch of stuff in storage. Now, how my mind is minding, I'm like, how do I have so much stuff in storage, but I'm functioning every day, not missing out on anything in my new place? The math ain't mathing. It's not making no sense. So I have to either dump everything in my storage, okay, or pick through my storage and see what is I actually need. Because every time I go into a new place, I usually get new things. So I don't know why I didn't think about that this particular time. It's like the whole apartment, well, not the whole apartment, but the stuff like my books and all that other stuff. That's why I wanted to show y'all the book, but I'm kind of neurospicy, okay? Shout out to my girl, Jasmine Garden, okay? That's her word. I didn't come up with that word. I heard that from her. I love her, okay? I'm kind of neurospicy, so everything is in storage. So I'm functioning. Your girl is working it out, okay? We gonna get it together. All right. So I wanted to tell y'all what's going on just a little bit, so like I said, I'm in the process of moving. I am still working. I have wife duties. I am on daughter duty. I am dog mommy duty. Like, it's just, it's a lot Latin. It's a lot that's Latin. It is a lot that's Latin, okay? But I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want. Like, I'm not gonna hold y'all any longer. I'm gonna give y'all what y'all want, okay? So, let's get to it. Okay, so, to the book that changed my life, okay? It is The 4 Agreements, all right? Now, I know a lot of people are going through shadow work, or, you're living in your life where you're like, damn, like, how can I get it together? Like, what is it that I have to do? Like, what am I doing wrong? And all this other stuff, right? I need y'all to go grab that book, okay? That book is on Amazon right now, all right? And it is less than, hold on a second, because I got the book right here. Hold on. Hold on, y'all. Hold on, okay? It's less than $10. Go get this book, okay? And while you're getting that book, go get my book, okay? Mystic Mina, The Life of an Empath, on Amazon. Go get it, all right? But go get this book, okay? This book talks about 4 agreements, and within these 4 agreements, you can wrap around like your whole entire life. These 4 little agreements. That's why it's so profound. It's not that thick. It's not that thick for a book. It's probably like 130 pages. It is not thick at all. So, and it's real small. So, it's kind of small, but it's not like one of them huge books you got to kind of thumb do to try to digest a whole bunch of information, and then after you read the book, you be like, what? Like, I don't know what I just read. It's not that type of book, okay? It's very simple, but it's very precise. It makes you think. It gives you different things different ways how to view different things in your life, right? So I want to break down, because I got time today. Like they said, I got time today. All right, I'm about to break down Basically the whole book. So if you want to go get the book for your personal references, go get the book, okay? But if you just want to sit here and hear me tell y'all about the book, then you can sit here and let me tell y'all about the book. So I'm gonna break it down. I'm gonna break everything down, okay? From 1 through 4, okay? We're gonna get through it today. We're gonna get to it today. I got time today, okay? And plus, I feel like I've been neglecting y'all. And neglecting y'all is neglecting myself. Because y'all helping me, and I'm helping y'all. Like, you know, it's an even exchange. Told y'all, I got y'all. We here. We here. I got you, boo. I got you. You ain't got to worry about anything. I got you, okay? So, let's get to it. Let's get to the number 1 of the agreement, okay? Okay, so the first agreement is be impeccable with your words, okay? Once you understand, okay, your words, the words that formulate in your mind and you speak through your mouth, which is the portal for your ideas, right? You have to be impeccable with that word, okay? You have to be clear on what you're saying at all times. Because what you have to understand is a lot of times we can manifest something that we don't know that we're manifesting. You have to speak with integrity. You have to speak life into yourself. You have to speak life into other people. You have to speak life into the situations that you're in because you are the creator of your world. You are the creator of your reality. So be impeccable with your word means speaking with integrity, okay? What do you stand on? What do you stand for? Is your word matching your actions? Because if your word isn't matching your actions, you have a lot to do, okay? That's one thing. That's what integrity. Your integrity is based on your level of respect, your level of commitment, your level of love that you have within yourself for other people. So if you don't have any integrity, then basically like you don't have any rules, you don't have any morals. It is what it is. You're gonna do what you want to do when you want to do it. You don't consider anybody's emotions. You don't consider anybody's feelings when you're not moving in integrity. So when you speak with integrity, you have to be clear on what you say and how you say it, because what you have to understand is not just about you, okay? Yes, you are living your life. You have your free will to move and do as you please. But understand, as long as you're in this world amongst other people, your words and your actions are affected by the collective of people as well. So you don't want to spew out anything that you don't want sprayed back on you. Okay, you don't want to gossip about anybody, because gossiping is a form of poison. It's a form of spell work. Okay, I don't know. Sometimes some people have a hard time with this, but you have to remember every time you say something, try to revert back to yourself. So if whatever you're saying to somebody about somebody, and you try to say it back to yourself, and it doesn't make you feel good within yourself, then maybe you should take a chance and you should look into why you're saying these things about other people, okay? I'm not telling you to be perfect, because everybody has struggles, but as long as you have that in your mind, you can say, okay, well, yeah, maybe I shouldn't have said that, because I don't want nobody saying that about me, and you have to be clear on what you're speaking upon yourself, like your personal self. Like, what do you want, right? Like, you can't just speak on, how things are, and, how things are always going to be the same, and you're never going to get anything, and you're still going to stay in the same spot that you're in, right? You have to be very clear about what you say and how you say it, and how the energy of those words are affecting you, because people have to understand energy is everywhere. Energy is everywhere. Energy is just not a bill that you pay every month and to get you electricity, to get things working in your house, okay? Energy is everywhere. And once you understand energy is everywhere, it can transform and transfer through everything, you will be clear or even be mindful, because I know sometimes going on that journey, if you're not used to being in that type of energy, it's kind of hard to switch over. But if you are in a space where you want to change, you, at least by you having this information, it will make you second guess, or it will make you take a step back and say, wait a minute, hold on. No, let me take that back. I'm not going to speak that on myself. I'm not going to speak that on other people, right? So once you understand that your words have energy as well, yes, your words have energy as well. Your name has an energy to it. Your birthday has an energy to it. Where you live has a certain energy around it, okay? The things that you say, the people that you are around have energy around that. And then people who read energy, like me, I can read energy. Like people who can read energy will understand the energy that you're on, and you don't even have to say anything. Like you don't have to say anything to someone who can understand energy in a certain type of way. Energy is nothing but a certain form of communications, a certain form of language that people can understand. And once you understand that, you will be very impeccable with your word. You will say what you mean, and you will say what you want, okay? Because when it comes to energy and the universe, I said this before, and I say this all the time because it's important. Because, you know, I'm human. I'm emotional. I have a Leo moon, and you guys know what Leo moons are. Like, and I'm a little neurospicy. So your girl be going through it sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm not gonna sit here and lie to you. But what you have to understand is the universe, God, whoever you serve, okay, the magic within you does not understand what you don't want. It does not understand what you don't want. You can say all day, I don't want this, I don't want that, I can't stand that, I can't stand this. Only thing that energy understands is energy. So as long as you're in that energy, that's the energy that you're going to receive. As long as you're doing the things that you say you don't want, that's what you're going to receive. The universe, God, does not know any different. It does not know any different. And that's when the universal laws come into play. Now, I can make another video about universal laws because there's a cause and effect. Like, you can't say, oh, well, I don't want nobody talking bad about me, and everything that come out your mouth is you talking bad about other people. It's just not going to work like that. Like, that's not how that works, okay? So once you understand that you are the creator, you are the creator. Whatever you say, whatever you think, whatever you give energy to, and please be aware, sometimes you might think things that's wrong. Just because you think it does not mean it's right, right? Sometimes we think about things that's based on our past experiences. We think about things based on the information that we already have, and then we see the situation, and then we like to call that situation for what it is, right? But it could be so many factors on that make you just spew this rhetoric of speech on the situation that you really don't know anything about. Like, it could be something totally different, right? So you have to be very clear. Like, even if you think about something, you just say, well, you know what? I think that's happening, or I think that what that is, but let me step back. Let me step back and see what's going on. Let me take a minute, because from what I see, that's what it is. But I need to be clear on what, if I'm seeing the things that happened to me in the past, or I'm seeing what's going on in the future, okay? Because that's two totally different things that might look exactly the same. I know, right? If you're not aware, if you don't break it down in that way, it can get confusing. It can get confusing for a lot of people. Shit, sometimes it's confusing for me. Like, you have to understand your things that happened to you in the past in your mind. Be minded. Your subconscious is still there. Your subconscious is there to tell you, remind you of the things that happened, remind you of how you felt, remind you, right? So you have to be very clear on what you say and what you speak on, and what you speak on for yourself. What are you speaking on for yourself? Okay, you got to be very clear. Once you understand that you are the creator of your energy, you are the manifester of your life. You have the power in order to change what you want out of life. So what are you doing with the tools that God gave you? Because our communication is verbal, even though this English language is very new, right? Like, it's new. It's not that old. It's not ancient tongue. Like, it's not, it doesn't have any, like, very a long historical references to the English language. Like, the English language is one of the newest language that we can speak, right? But within that language, we understand things and we remember things we were taught in that language, and that language is very powerful. Like, yeah, like back in the day, spells wasn't called spells, but by you knowing what spell is, spells are, and by you know that when we write anything, it's called spelling. It's not calling spelling for nothing, right? Because you're using letters. You're not using spells. It is not called, it's not, when you write, it's not called lettering. It's not called ABCing. It's called spelling. And it's called spelling for a reason, okay? Because whatever you write, whatever you speak, you are putting a spell on that particular thing, on that particular item, on that particular person, on that particular outcome in your life. You are casting a spell on it, okay? So by you are the one who's casting a spell on it, okay? You have to understand what that brings to the other person that you are spelling on, and also yourself. Because people have to, it's a lot of power for people out there, right? You probably have the power to manifest anything that you want out of life, right? Unbeknownst to you, right? You are so connected to source, so connected to God, that it's like, okay, I'm a power manifester. I can get whatever I want, even though you probably you don't think of it like that. But there's connection that you and God share, because you can be abundant here and abundant in, you just doesn't, excuse me. Let's write that back, okay? You don't have to be abundant just in heaven. You can also find your abundance here. So if you are a manifester, if you are a great manifester, you have to be careful about what you say to other people, about other people, because what you think does not make it so. What you think does not make it true. You have to be aware of what you say, because you could be a part of it could be a part of your life where you may figure like, dang, like, you're a great manifester, but it seems like you can't get anything right? You can't get anything right. You can't get anything that you want. You hope for this, you want this, and back in the day, you could have possibly got this, but now you done spoke so much bad stuff on somebody that didn't even deserve it, because you done literally cast a spell on people, on a situation that you did not deserve that particular energy that you were casting on that particular person or that individual. So when you cast that, it came back to you. You got the repercussions of that, not because you a bad person, but because you sat there and you cast spells on someone who didn't deserve it. You made assumptions about people. You gossip about people. You talk about people like they a dog in the street, like they don't have a human soul, like they don't have a spirit. Like, everybody here is not perfect. Everyone messes up. Everyone is going through a learning journey. And when you're on this earth and your soul and your spirit, that journey is all that is. We're all here to learn a lesson. So within that lesson that we are learning, there are going to be some mishaps. There are going to be some mistakes. There are going to be some times we be like, dang, I can't believe I did that. I'm like, dang, oh. it's going to be things that you regret. It's going to be things that you didn't know that you were doing that people probably told you not to do. But you are the one that has to experience that, because it's the lesson that you have to learn. They already learned the lesson. Even if someone can tell you, oh, you're going the wrong way, you have to learn the lesson about getting lost first. They already got that lesson, right? So when it comes to speaking on things, you have to be very aware. You have to be impeccable with your word. When they say the tongue is mightier than a sword, that's true. It's true. They didn't say that just because it's a great saying. Like, it's power in your tongue. It's power in your speech. It's power in your thoughts. It's power in your mind. It's power in you speaking on things, you talking to people about certain things. It is power within that. So how are you using your power? If you're using your power to spew hate, if you're using your power to spread confusion, if you are using your power to spread envy and jealousy, if you're using your power to spread hatefulness, within that power that you are using, what residue are you going to get from the power that you just put on everything? That's why people talking about spells. I understand spells, okay? I manifest for myself. You know, I might manifest for my partner because that's what we do here. So whatever. Like that's what we had, the connection that we had. But anybody else, it's like I can wish something for you, or I can hope that you get the information that you need in life, but I understand that journey is not for me to live. That's your journey. So within your journey, I can't just sit up and just talk about you bad all day though. Like I can't just sit up and just spew all this hate about you, because people who do hateful things, sometimes these people are good people. Not good, you know, sometimes a good person can do something bad. Okay? So I can't just spew hate on someone because you messed up, or you made a mistake, or I just wish this for you, or you just so stupid, or you just so dumb, oh I can't believe you did what, like that was the dumbest shit ever. Like I can't, like I'm not perfect, you know, I have said certain things that I shouldn't have said in certain situations about people that I still regret to this day, and it wasn't even nothing to the point where it was just so hateful and or envious. It was just the point of, like, I wouldn't want nobody talking to me like that. Like I wouldn't want nobody talking about me like that. So I had to become aware, because I start not just seeing the world as people being in it and how I can use them. I start looking at the world as myself, because we're all here at the same time. No matter if you know somebody, no matter if you know them down the street, if you know them up the street, if you're in another country, another city, like we're all here at the same time in this cycle of life, in this time. Like, so by us being here, in this time, it's a connection that's there, even if I don't know you. Like even if I never heard of you, if you're here, it's a connection that we share within this time, right? I understand that. So you have to be aware about what you say. So if you're a person, there's time you see somebody try to uplift them, you're like, oh, hey, yes, what are you doing? Oh, that's a great idea. You should do it. Oh, okay, well, yeah, that's good. You should do this and you should do that. Or you want me to help you? Or sure, you're doing a great job. Or, you know, speaking life, speaking love, speaking abundance into that. Speaking life just into people. What do you think you're going to get out of that? You're going to get the residue off the abundance that you speak. You're going to get the love from the residue of love that you have spoken unto other people. That's how it works. That's like he's talking about spells. I'm gonna put a spell on you. I'm okay. Be sure that be ready to put the spell on yourself. If you put the spell on me, be sure to put that. Be sure, be ready. Be clear that if you put a spell on me, you'll get that spell back. It's got to be a kickback. It got to be a residue. It got to be a form of exchange. Because people are so concerned about themselves. They want the outcome to come out how they want it. They wanted to view it how they view it. They want it to be the way that they want to be. But within that, you're being selfish even in that aspect, because you are not considering the person that you want the outcome from. They could want something totally different. Or they could want something but just not on that level. Or they could just, whatever it is, they could want something that you don't want. But you're sitting there trying to pull a spell or wishing or manifesting something for certain people. Or someone that you don't know, or people that you do know. And then when it backfire, you looking all crazy. Because you had a part in that. You had a play in that. You're getting the kickback from the energy that you spewed out. No matter if you thought it was justifiable, no matter if you thought it is what it is, you're still going to get a kickback from that spell. You're still going to get a kickback from that energy that you put out. It's still going to be a kickback. Like, it's still going to be that residue that's left. You won't be able to wipe your hands, feel like, oh, I'm going to do a spell, and that's it, let me write that up. No. I don't think people, and I'm not down people who do spell work, because I'm not down people who do spell work. But when you use spell work to go against people, when you use spell work to forcibly will someone in order for you to get the outcome that you want out of life, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it all wrong. That spell, it'll probably work for whatever you thought it was working for, but you tethered to it. You are tied to that. Energy is very, like, I'm an energy reader. I understand that. Energy is very lucid and it's very tangible. Like, even if you can't see it, like, it's very lucid because it can be everywhere. It's anywhere. It's everywhere. It's anywhere and it's everywhere. But by it being so lucid and it's able to flow through a lot of things, it's very tangible. As it's very tangible in that aspect. So even though you can't see it, you can't actually look at something and say, oh, that's energy right there. There's an energy that runs behind it. There is an energy that flows behind it. So how are you using, what energy are you using for the words that you speak? What energy are you using for the words that you speak upon yourself? What energy are you using for the words that you speak on other people? What energy are you using for the words that you speak onto your children? What energy are you using on the words that you speak for your family? It plays a big part in that. It plays a big part in that. And if you are a person like, wow, I never thought about that, because I do be saying this and that, but every time I say it, I do kind of feel bad, but I don't want nobody to know I feel bad, because I want to be solidified in what I said, because I said what I said. You're not gonna, that's not gonna get you anything, okay? And it's not the point of you saying sorry to somebody else. You can just actually just say sorry to yourself. Tell yourself, you know what, we're not gonna make that mistake anymore. Like, yeah, you said those things, but we're gonna work this energy out. And you can rearrange energy. You just don't have to sit in that energy. People misunderstand that too, because you think, oh, this is what I've been getting, this is what I'm always going to get, even though we as humans, we tend to think that sometimes, but that's not the case. You can reroute energy. Like, they come in, they route your cable to another room. You can reroute energy as well. So it's not just, you know, people have cable, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Shit. you can reroute your energy as well, okay? It doesn't just have to be stagnant in that particular space, in that particular spot that you're in. It can actually turn to whatever you want to turn to, but whatever you want to turn to is up to you. Okay? So, the first agreement of the 4 agreements: be impeccable with your word. What are you saying about yourself? What are you saying to yourself? What are you saying to people that you love? What are you saying about the people that's around you? Okay? Be very clear on the energy that you are in within your word. Okay? Now let's get to number 2. Okay, number 2. Do not take anything personally. I know. I know. I understand. Okay, I had to struggle, and I still tend to struggle with this. Okay, but I understand the information. It's easy for me to get through those times when I'm having a hard time. Okay, because like I said, I'm not just talking to y'all because I know everything and I'm just Miss Perfect two goody two shoes, right? I just have the ability to be authentic in my wrongdoings and still tell y'all about, you know, what's going on and how you can be, how you could change your world and your life in that aspect as well. Okay, so let's get to it. Don't take anything personally. Okay, you cannot take anything personally, and I know that's hard, and I know, because I have said it before, and people look at me like, "But you crazy." What they did, and what they did show me who they are, and I'm not with them because you cannot take anything personally. Okay, let me break that down. All right. Now, in this book, it states, now this book is for a person, is your personal guide to freedom. Okay, this is what this book is, your personal guide to freedom. If you are able to get down these 4 aspects in your life, I promise you, like even the times where it is getting hard, you're going to reiterate these 4 agreements into your life, and you're like, okay, yeah, let me buckle back down. Okay, you do not take anything personally. Okay, because how people treat you is based on them. I know. How people treat you, it's okay. It's all right. How people treat you is based on them. Okay? So, let's just think of everyone as a beverage, right? Everyone has something on the inside. Some people might have Coca-Cola. Some people might have Sprite. Some people might have water. Some people might have Kool-Aid. Whatever this something is that people have within them. Okay? So, let's just say you are a person in your life, right? You may be allergic to soda, right? You may be allergic to soda. All your life, all you want is water, tea, and orange juice. But someone that you love knows that you're allergic to soda. But this person will always give you soda. Knowing how many times you tell them how allergic to this soda you is. No matter how many times you tell them that this soda is hurting me. No matter how many times you tell them this soda is making me sick. They have nothing else to give you. You don't go to the store looking for tea in an orange juice bottle. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know when people say things like that, it's still like, no. They should have known better. They should have changed because I needed them to. They should have changed because I wouldn't be hurting. They shouldn't change because... And what makes it easier for you to understand, to not take anything personally, if people cannot change for themselves, because once you understand, people only give you what they have. They give you what they have. No matter if it's perfect, if you think it's perfect, if it's wrong, if you think it's wrong, if they think it's right, if they think it's wrong, whatever it is. People are able to give you, they are only able to give you what they have. So within that aspect, how you break things down. If people are only able to give you what they have, right? They give you what they have. And you don't like what they have because you think they should change. If they can't change for themselves, because they're the main denominator. If they cannot change for themselves, who are you? Who are you to believe or to think or to hope and to wish that they'll be able to change for you? It's impossible. I don't care who you are. This can be your parent. This can be your spouse. This can be your friend. This can be a relative. This can be a husband, wife, girlfriend, whatever, poly, whatever situation, relationship that you have. This can go either way. Who are you? Because like I said before in the first part, you are the creator of your reality. You, not them, not your mama, not your daddy, not your son, not your daughter, not your wife, not your husband, not your best friend, no, you are the creator of what you want out of life. Now you cannot expect someone to want more for you than they want for themselves. It will never work. It will never work. It will never. It's like you beating, they say beating a dead horse or something like that. It will never work. Never. And if you put so much energy onto how people are supposed to treat you, instead of treating yourself in that certain light, in that certain energy, you will forever be disappointed. You will forever be disappointed. Let me say that again. You will forever be disappointed. When God puts you on this earth, on this world, and in this realm, okay, God created, you think it's a he, a she, you think it's a they, the universe, the earth, whoever you serve, okay? If you think they brought you here so you can live your life and use the gifts that they gave you and be abundant in the life and the love that the Creator wanted from you, and other people's opinions of you, you have it all fucked up. And how other people treat you, you have it all fucked up. I'm sorry. Like, it is what it is. You have it all fucked up. You will never get to the point that you want to get in your life, depending, waiting, hoping, wishing someone can see something inside of you and change what they have inside of them because they see the greatness in you. If I cannot see the greatness in myself, I will never be able to see the greatness of other people, even if those people came from my being, even if those people came from my body, even if me and these people share the same bloodline, even if I made a commitment to this person, they will never, ever, because they have their own journey and you have your own journey. Y'all see these glasses I got on, right? When you sit there and you take things personally from people, right? Let's just say, let's just, because I love using analogies, okay? Let's just say these glasses or based on emotion. Okay? I have these glasses on. These glasses, they're these glasses being clear. These glasses are filled with, let's see. These glasses are filled with anger. These glasses are filled with anger. Right? So no matter where I go with these glasses on, what am I going to see? What am I going to feel? No matter if I'm walking into a party, no matter if I'm going to a restaurant, no matter if I'm with my wife, no matter if I'm with my husband, no matter if I'm with my mama, no matter if I'm with, what am I going to see? What am I going to see? I'm not going to see what you're telling me I should see. I'm going to see whatever is in my lens. And that's what you have to understand. People can only see you as what is in their lens, what they have inside of them. If I'm not adequate, if I don't feel adequate within myself, if I feel pain from a situation and I don't know why these people cause me this pain, because I didn't do anything to nobody, but I will continue to wear that pain everywhere I go. I'm going to continue to put it on people that don't deserve to be put on. Not because of I don't care about these people, but because I am the energy source. And whatever comes along with me, people are going to feed off that, no matter if it's good or bad. You are the energy source. You, whoever's listening, like I said, I'm talking my shit. If it's 2 of y'all listening or 2,000, okay? Whoever's listening, you are your energy source. You. Wherever you go, you are the plug. Like they say, the plug, you the plug, wherever you go, okay? And what you have to understand, your energy source is based on what you have inside of you. Not what somebody else think about you, because everybody gonna have an opinion. I know that's not a part of the 4 agreements, but everybody's gonna have their opinion, and their opinion does not make it factual. Their opinion does not mean that you should downgrade or feel some type of way because of someone's opinion. Your main goal is to know who you are for your self-value, who you are authentically. So when people do spew their opinions on you, it won't affect you because you already know who you are. You're not looking for any definition. You're not looking for any gratification. You're not looking for any justification of you being a good person, because you already made inventory of who the fuck you is. And you be damned if somebody tell you that you're not. And if they tell you that you're not, you ready like, I know who I am. You can't tell me that. I don't care how your opinion of me has nothing to do with me. Your opinion of me has nothing to do with me. It's how you view me. Now, you may view me in a different light because of something that you went through or something that you have going on in your life. So you view everybody that particular type of way. You give nobody a chance because you sit there and you figure, well, I know because I know females like that, and that she ain't nothing like that, and that's, yeah, she talk a good one, but is she really? I don't know who I am. Me trying to prove myself to you, me trying to make you see who I am, make you trying to have you see, the goodness in me, or I know who I am. I'm solidified in myself. So if you aren't solidified in yourself, you're going to be everywhere. You're going to let everything affect you. That's why you don't take anything personally. You don't take anything personally. Sometimes I have bad days. Sometimes I be like, ugh, I don't feel like it. Like, even though I know I'm a chunky girl, I'm a big girl, but sometimes I be like, damn, like I need I don't like the way my stomach look today. I don't like the way my arms look today. Sometimes I have off days. It's not just, oh, she thinks she all that all the time. She thinks she all that all the time. I'm human. I'm here. I know what my flaws are. Like, just because I'm confident within myself, I know what my flaws are. Like, I know who I am and what I'm not. And sometimes who I am and what I'm not, it bugs me. But on the gist of it, like on the whole spectrum of it, I'm a good motherfucking person. But even by me being such a good person, by me having bad days, can you imagine someone who don't think they're good, who don't see the light in them, who don't see the greatness in them, who don't acknowledge the gift that God put inside of them? Can you imagine how these people feel every day? These people feel like this every day. When the bad days that I have, which is what you may have an off day, what, maybe once a week, twice every 2 weeks, or some maybe 3-4 times a month. These people feel this way every day, and you are willing to take things personal about yourself when these people are feeling fucked up every day. You are setting yourself up for disaster. Period, point blank. And it don't matter who these people are. It don't matter who these people are. It don't matter who these people are. You are setting yourself up for disaster. When you do that, you are setting yourself up for disaster. It's impossible. And then that becomes insanity. Can you imagine it's a room full of people, right? You walk into this room, you feel good about yourself, you know? I'm like, okay, I'm feeling good. I'm outside. I can go here. I can go down looking cute. My hair done. I'm like, okay, I got this cute outfit on. All right, I'm going to walk up in here. I'm going to get up in here. Let me walk up in here, right? So you walk up in there with your light, right? And then it's a room full of people who don't have no light on. And they don't have no light on because they can't feel the light within themselves. They don't have the light on because they're so deepened in their shadows. They don't have the light on because they are so down within themselves. They gonna look at your light. Who she thinks she is? You see what she had on? Yeah, I mean, she look okay, but she walking around here like she just thinks she too cute. See, I know she ain't that cute. I know what she could use to lose some weight because, I mean, she okay, but she'll look so much better if she was that size. I know, right? I know, because maybe she needs some surgery because maybe she'll look better because that don't look right. I know, girl, I know. And then you will literally sit there in your light that you done had coming into this place. And you would sit there and you would be them like the rest of these people. And then you start critiquing yourself. Well, maybe I wasn't that cute. Well, well, that's what they said. Maybe I do need to have surgery. Well, I know I'm chunky. I know I need to lose weight, but maybe I do need to do it faster. Well, maybe I'm not that cute. Well, maybe my hair look kind of... Do you hear how that sounds? You will literally live your life like that. It will be a forever routine. It will be a forever cycle of you going through that. Or you second guessing. Well, that's what they said about me. Or maybe I am like that. Or maybe that is right. You have to know who you are all the time. You got to stand on your square. Whatever that square is for you. Okay? Whatever that square is for you. You have to know who the fuck you are at all times. You have to know who you are at all times. Now, who you are at all times makes you feel funny when you realize that, man, maybe I do have an attitude all the time. Maybe I do sit up and talk about people all the time. But why do I do that? If you can be honest within yourself, you are on the road of recovery. If you can be honest within yourself. The people who are not honest, because I know I do things, I'm like, well, why did I do that? Like, that didn't make no sense. Well, I got to be more aware because I don't like the way that feels. Be aware of your feelings, okay? Because if you're not aware of your feelings, you could be feeling fucked up and you will tell yourself you're feeling fine. And then you will never change that. You won't know why? Because you're feeling fine. Never take things personally. What I have inside of me will rub off on you. We are all energy sources. We are all batteries. Have you ever seen somebody in a room filled with people that's they just loving life, boy? They having fun, they singing, they dancing, they taking pictures, everybody hugging on everybody. It's just a vibe. Like people say vibe, it's just a vibe. Like we here. Imperfect, cute, might have we look cute today. We might need to lose a little bit of weight. Like we may think we a little bit too skinny, we need some gains weight, but we here. We living life, we here. We doing it. We here. And there's somebody in the room, in the corner, in that same room, looking at y'all, judging you. Now you may think, what's wrong with them? Why they sitting there in the corner like that? Why they looking like that? Why they this and that? Why they this and that? Why they why they doing that? Because your life is threatening. They don't have nobody to sit there and speed what they have. They don't have nobody to say, do you see what they got on? Child, I know I seen them, but I don't want to see it because they're not they around. What girl, do you see it? Why they acting like all happy, like they really love them people? They don't love them people. I know, right? They just sitting there, just putting on shit the way they just, because they just sitting there and they don't have nobody to spew that on. They keep it to themselves. That's why they sit there and they look like that. That can be a catch-22 because I'm an introvert. And people probably think I look like that sometimes, but I just be in my own little world. Like, I'm not, like, I'm sociable to people that I know. If I don't know you, I kind of refrain myself because I have to warm up to you. I just don't go full of, hey y'all, how y'all doing? Hey y'all, I'm here, yeah. I don't do that. I just be okay within my presence. And if I'm not in a situation that I'm not too familiar with, I kind of sit back and see what's going on, observe. But y'all know what I'm talking about. The people that be sitting there in the funk. They can't crack a smile. They not talking. They got all these feeling good songs come on. They not moving. They not dancing. They just... That's all that is. It's something within them, right? And you don't even talk about them because it's something within them. Has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you. You do affect them because they're not in that same energy as you, but it's nothing that you did per se personally that made these people feel this way, right? It's just y'all energy is on the disruptance. Y'all not on the same frequency. That's why when you get messy people, it can be 20 of them. They all love each other. They all love each other. They all on the same accord. All they do is sit back and talk about people all damn day like a damn dog. They love it. They live for it. They love it. They'll eat that shit up. Go in the room. People ain't talking about somebody. They feel uncomfortable. But you put them in a room and there's people that's talking about people and damn people, they having a great, they might as well be at Disneyland, boo-boo. They having a great time. A great time. Great. I don't mean talking, like, cause some people, their love language is to clap on each other or whatever they do. They family, they like to crack jokes and stuff like that, like the Wayne's family and stuff. They just funny. They just love cracking jokes. I mean, these people just going in for the kill. They just sitting there waiting. They just, hey, girl, hey, how you doing, girl, yeah, sit down. Girl, you know I want to talk about, I want to tell you about that. Now, you know damn well, and you, and they sit there talking about everybody. They sit there talking about everybody all day long. I know. I used to be around people like that, and I couldn't stand it. Now, I'm not sitting here and telling you I haven't said nothing here and there. I'm not fucking perfect. I'm not walking on water around here, okay? I'm aware enough to know that I made mistakes. But this shit was their routine. This was their highlight of the day. They live for this shit. And they got mad at me because I didn't. Right? Let me tell y'all this story, and I'm gonna end up this segment so we can go to the next one. Okay, so I worked at this job, okay? So I worked with this job. It was like a little temp agency almost 20 years ago, okay? Over 20 years ago, I worked at this little temp agency, right? Okay, so I worked with these two people. So within these two people, we was in the same temp agency, but we got placed in the same work area, okay? So by us being from the same agency, we started, getting close and talking to each other, right? Okay, so but I noticed they started getting messy. It was just too much. Like, I know you might be around yourself like, the hell they got on? I don't know about that. And you just kind of let it go. You might say something more, especially I'm young, I'm in my 20s. So, I'm like, whatever, right? I'm just like saying whatever. But nah, this energy grew. And it grew so much, it started making me feel uncomfortable. I mean, every time they seen somebody, did you see her hair? Now, she need a perm. Now, that don't make no sense. She make that much money. She shouldn't be walking around here looking like that. That don't make no goddamn sense. I mean, everything. They would literally call somebody up and say, hey, girl, come here. Hey, how you doing? Hey, yeah, it's good to see you. Oh, yeah, I see you today. Look at you. You're looking cute. All right, girl, I just wanted to say hey. And they will soon, as them people turned around, they'll talk about the people like a dog. Did you see what they had on? Girl, I hope she don't think she cute. I called over here to make her feel better. But that shit wasn't all that cute. And I'm like, now in my 20-something-year-old mind, I'm like, this don't make no sense to me. Like, if you thought, because sometimes I look at people and I don't like what they wear. I'm not going to tell them. It's not for me to say anything. Because you got it on. I don't give a fuck what you wear. It's not for me to say. You have it on. I don't care what you got on, right? So either way, I'm in my 20-year-old mind, I'm like, this don't make no sense. Like, why y'all, if y'all didn't think it was cute, like, why would y'all take the time out to fake in front and lie, and then they turn around and it's like, yeah, girl, yeah, see, I couldn't understand it. And then they got mad at me because, all in all, they got mad at me because I didn't like it. And then they started talking about somebody that I was cool with in this place. Now, I'm cool with her. She was funny. I would consider herself kind of homey, people say. She was kind of homey, okay? She wasn't all, weaved up, braided up. She was just very basic. But she was funny as fuck. She had a cool, good spirit. That's what I liked about her. I didn't care about none of that, right? But they judged her on that. They was, oh, you see what she got on? Now, she make too much money. Be walking around here like that. And once she doing something with her hair. Now, this lady had a whole husband. She had kids. She had a life. She was thriving. So it's not like, that's what people have to understand too. Your opinion does not stop other people's lives. Like, people are still living their life in the way, capacity that they see fit. You and your opinion ain't shit, right? They still gonna do what they do. So really, does your opinion matter that much? Hell the fuck no. But anyway, they sat there and talked about this lady like a dog, right? Now, I'm young. So we're in the same area. So her and the girl got into it one day. And so they was talking about her, and then they got mad at me. Like, oh yeah, you sitting there and you ain't saying nothing, and I hope you go back and tell her, and you acting all funny anyway, and cause you be sitting there and you don't be saying nothing. Like, what do I have to say? I don't have nothing to say. Like, whatever energy, whatever y'all feel for her, is the way y'all feel for her. I'm not just gonna jump in and be like, yeah, I know, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. That's how y'all feel about her. I'm not going to jump in about that and how y'all feel about her. It's nothing for me to say because y'all feel this way. At this point, I wasn't talking to this lady on the phone, and she was like my BFF, but she was just a cool co-worker, and sometimes me and her chopped it up and laughed a couple of times, right? But at that time, I'm young and I still don't know what the hell is going on. So I'm sitting there like, I don't like the way y'all talking. Like, this don't make no sense to me. How y'all mad at me because I'm not talking shit? Like, how y'all mad at me because I'm not being messy? I mean, literally mad. And then a week later, they came, we was all together at work and they was quiet. And I'm like, what's wrong with y'all? And they was like, oh, well, we was thinking, you know, maybe we should be like, you know, we shouldn't say something like you because, you know, I'm going through a lot right now. And she's going through a lot right now. And you know, you just kind of say, yeah, because that energy is a Kickback. What I say in the first part, that energy is a Kickback. So please, all in all, don't take anything personally. Whatever people have upon them is what they have on them. Okay? Now, it could be a cause and effect. Yeah, guys could have went through some things and they may feel some type of way about you. You may feel some type of way about them. But all in the just of yourself and your being and your authenticity. Okay? Don't sit in other people's shit. Don't sit in other people's opinions. It's not for you to carry. It does not belong to you. That's why it's their opinion, not yours. Okay? And let's get to this 3 because let's get to number 3. Number 3, do not make assumptions. Okay? I know that's another hard one. All right? Do not make assumptions. Okay? Like I said before, it allows you to an assumption, and it's just your opinion on things, right? And the only thing about assumptions does not mean that it's factual, right? So you could think something is happening, or you can think that you know what's going on, or you can think that you know the facts of a whole situation. But if you don't ask concrete questions, if you're not being an adult and expressing yourself as such, if you're not asking questions, you are just assuming from the past information that you already had. Like I said, multiple things can be true at one time. It's not just your truth. It's not just your fact. Because you're not in the world by yourself. So by you not being in the world by yourself, it isn't up to you to make whole assumptions on a situation that you are not asking clear questions about. Don't assume. Get clarity. Especially if you are the person that has been hurt in life. Especially if you feel like everybody is out to get you. Like everybody doing something to you. Like you're always the victim. Like somebody always doing something. Please get clarity. You are basing the information on the information that you already have. And the information that you already have does not apply to this situation. Does not apply to the problem. Does not apply to the scenario. Does not apply to the movie. It's a totally different situation. Okay? Now, people have a hard time with this because people want to believe that they're right. People want to make their opinion so factual that they will sit in the assumptions and they want to ask for clarity because they don't want to be wrong. They want their opinions to be so right. They want their opinions to be so justified that asking for clarity is a hell no. asking for clarity is no. I'm not going to ask for clarity. I know this is what they were doing. I know this is how they feel. I know what's going on. And then everyone just sit here with these assumptions and have no clue. You have no clue what's going on with people. You don't. You don't have no clue what's going on with people. That's why you have to show a lot of compassion towards people. Now, someone can show you who they are, and you can base what they do on their characteristics and form your personal opinion about a person. But when it comes to something that just might be something that you feeling, but you've been talking to this person for a long time, or you know this person for a while, and instead of you coming to this person as an adult and say, look, when you said this, it made me feel this type of way, or when you did this, it made me feel this type of way. Can I ask you for clarity? Can I ask you what's going on? Because to me, it automatically felt that you to give a fuck. So I'm asking because I want to know, do you give a fuck, or you just was experiencing something else at that time and it made me just feel that way? Like, what's going on? I need clarification. I need to know what's up. And then you can make your choice and your decision on what they tend to tell you. And if the person tells you something and this person have not showed you any wavering, any character, people, we love people that people, you know, everybody imperfect, but you know what I mean. There's no wavering. There's no disrespect. Like they have been like upstanding people, and they do one thing and then all of a sudden you write them off. Or they do one thing and all of a sudden you don't give a fuck no more. That's because you've been not wanting to give a fuck. You've been wanting to write them off. And that reason was just the reason for you to come out and say that, instead of you being, well, I just don't want to deal with them no more. And people looking at you like you did something. That's why you're not supposed to make assumptions. Don't make assumptions. Because people, like I said, people go through so much in life. There are people that might be diagnosed with stuff. People that might don't even know they need a diagnosis. People experience anxiety. People experience depression. People experience, you know, some people might be ADHD, don't know it. Some people might be ADD and don't know it. Some people might really need to be on medication, don't even know it. They're trying to handle this thing called life the way that they're trying to handle this thing called life. And then you put your assumptions in there. Instead of you having compassion for these people, like, hey, what's up with you? Like, no, I heard and I talked to you the other day and I didn't like the way, I don't like what I heard. What's going on? Like, you all right? Like, okay, I just want to make it clear we straight because, you know, I don't want to make it seem like you didn't give a fuck and I know it's not like you. Like, what's going on? An adult, someone who knows about relationships and structure and how to be clear on your emotions instead of what you assume, have no problem with doing that. Have no problem with doing that. But everybody else will just chuck you up in the assumptions that they feel like they've been experiencing on their life, and they write you off as such. So you done missed out on the whole relationship. You done missed out on the whole friendship. You done missed out on all these relationships with these people because you assume and shit. That's not even correct. Like, yeah, they probably did a certain thing that looked like something else because you experienced that certain thing, but it wasn't that. Like I said, more than one thing can be true at the same time. It's not just one truth. Don't use assumptions, okay? Assumptions are just based on the information that you already have. So if you're living life, if you are getting older, right? If you're getting older and you're not a space in your life, or you're not even aware in life, or you're not even mature in your life to understand that it's not just about you. It's not just about what you want. It's not just about how you feel. It's not about just about what you would have done. There is somebody else in this aspect. There is somebody else in this equation. So by somebody else being in this equation, it changes the whole fucking solution. It changes the whole solution. So by it changing the whole solution, and you're basing the solution on old equations with old people who did old things, you're doing yourself an injustice, excuse me. You're giving yourself an injustice. You are. Because it's not about just you. You might have people and they're like, oh, well, if I was them, I would have did this, but you're not them. You're not them. Everybody have their own journey to follow. Everybody have their own things to do upon this life. That does not have nothing to do with how you lived your life. It has absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing to do with you. Absolutely nothing. So when you start making assumptions about something you know absolutely nothing about, instead of you asking clear cut questions, what's going on with you? Well, I know when you do things, I don't understand that. Or when you say certain things, I don't understand that. I just want to know where you're coming from. I just want to get into how you feel about a situation, so I can get more clarity about who you are and not what I'm assuming. That's what you do when you really love somebody. That's what you do when you really care about somebody. That's what you do when you really value the relationship that you're in. You have a solidarity. You have a commitment. Just don't let your commitment go because of an assumption. I could assume anything. I could assume it's raining outside, but it's not. I could assume it's a whole bunch of pigeons outside, but I haven't even looked outside to even see that it's the pigeons outside. I could assume a whole bunch of shit's in here. I could assume a lot of things because a lot of things can be happening right now that I don't know anything about. But just because I don't know anything about it does not mean I should throw fire in the air or fuel in the air to start a fire when everything is calm. And you have to be aware of that too, because when you make assumptions, especially when you're assuming things that's not accurate and is damaging to the other person or damaging to the situation, you might be addicted to negativity. And that's hard to say. Excuse me, y'all. That's hard to say that you are addicted to it when you're in that situation. Because when everything is calm, there's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. There's nothing going on. No one is messing with you. No one is bothering you. No one is calling your phone. Nobody's having no emergency. Nothing is happening. Absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. Peaceful is boring. And if you're addicted to the adrenaline rush and the dopamine hit that you get from negativity, you will assume your life away. Because it keeps your dopamine levels up. And you want to get scientific, I can get scientific with y'all. This is Mystic Mina. I'm into everything. It keeps your dopamine levels up when you start assuming shit that ain't there. Because you, unbeknownst to you, you need that hit. You need that hit of negativity to make you feel like everything is okay. Because you so used to living your life in a negative ass manner. Or you so used to living in a toxic ass relationship. Or you so used to people not giving a fuck about you. You need that dopamine hit. You need that negativity button to be pushed. So it can shock you back into what you feel. What's normal for you. What feels good to you. So don't assume. Do not assume. Ask questions. Ask clarity. Ask what's going on. Because in the minute you assume something, you aren't basing your assumptions on this person's character. You aren't basing your assumptions on how you relate to this person. You're not basing your assumptions on how you and this person have a certain type of relationship or what you guys do within this relationship, friendship, relationship with family, whatever. You're not putting the information that's needed for you to actually see the person in a totality. You only see how you feel in a situation that make you disregard this person in a total. You assuming you just disregard this person's characteristics. You just disregard this person's relationship that you have with this person. You just disregarded whatever's going on with this person, because people don't tell you everything, especially the strong friend. The strong friend don't tell you everything because they want to be strong, like Beyonce say. She takes 24 hours. If she feels the type of way, she give herself a whole day to feel that type of way. After that day, she's done with it. She got to keep on moving. She got to keep on pushing. Now, people that might see her or don't know that about her or didn't know that about her, they probably seen her that day and just assume her relationship must be going bad. Yeah, girl, did you see? Well, she must not like being a model because, you know, and it probably had nothing to do with that. Sometimes you have off days. Sometimes you just don't feel like it. Sometimes you might not want to tell somebody you're feeling down. Or you might not want to tell, oh, you know, I feel anxious right now. I don't feel like going nowhere. I got anxiety right now. So I can't go outside right now. A lot of times you're not in a space to tell that to people. Because you don't even want to actually get that information or have that information truthful for yourself. So it's hard for you to relay that to somebody else. That's why you have to have compassion for people. That's why you have to remember who you were dealing with. That's why you have to understand the characteristics of people. That's why you have to understand this person in a totality. Yes, people can make you mad. People can do wrong. But is this person a good person in a whole? Because a lot of people are losing people on good people on assumptions. Losing out on good relationships for assumptions. You're losing out the whole gift of a person for something that you are assuming that is not correct. To you, it might seem like they acting funny, but to them, they might be dealing with a little bit of depression they didn't want to tell you. Because they don't know how to process it themselves. To you, you may look at them like, hey, all they worry about is their relationship. They don't care nothing about nobody else. All they worry about is their relationship. But to them, like, well, shit, I deal with anxiety, so I don't really want to go. My home is my home. I don't really want to go outside sometimes. I don't even feel like driving sometimes. let alone driving at night. I suffer with that too. I don't like driving at night sometimes. I used to be gone in my 20s. It was nothing for me. I'm coming. What you say? I'm coming. I'm coming. Damn. Okay, now I'm a little bit hesitant. You have no idea what people are going through. You have no idea. None. Absolutely none. And just because something seems, and just because something seems what you think it is at that point in time, does not make it so. A lot of people forget, like I said, a lot of people might suffer from ADHD. A lot of people might suffer from mental issues, anxiety. All of those things can make you forgetful. People just didn't forget just because they don't care, but they don't have the same organization skills that you have. They don't have the same, okay, well, I'm gonna make this list clear and I'm gonna be done for my day. Shit, make that list and sit down and see how far your day gonna go. Make that list and pick up your phone and see what you gonna do. Everybody is wired differently. That's why we have to have compassion for a lot of people. And when you come to assumptions, you have to understand people were raised differently than other people. Now, to you, in your mind, your family, your mama, you know, she knew everything, right? She just knew how to do it, and y'all was doing it. Everybody was doing the right thing. Now, it could, not saying that it was wrong. It could have possibly been the right thing. But if someone is raised in a whole nother different household, learning a whole nother different things, learning a whole other different experiences, the truth that was residing in your household has absolutely nothing to do with their household. So by you saying, oh, I don't know, look at you, how are you raised? How they was raised, and you were raised how you were raised, and they was raised how they was raised. Now y'all can come together and start sharing differences and say, well, what went on in your household? Yeah, well, I don't know about that. That ain't going in mine. Oh, well, it didn't? Well, what went on in your household? Yeah, well, I didn't experience that either. And then y'all can have a little bit more compassion for each other. Everybody worry about me. I. How I feel, what I want, how I feel, what I want. We don't consider nobody else. Nobody. Even if you feel some type of way. Because sometimes I feel some type of way. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel some type of way. I'm human. I'm here. Okay? I'm here. I'm human. Sometimes I feel some type of way. Then I have to revert back on my stance in the relationships that I have with certain people. And if my stance in the relationship I have with certain people never wavered, even if I thought some shit, they never wavered. Every time I call, they there. Every time I need them, they got me. Every time it's something important, oh, they there. Never wavered. Ever. Maybe times I call and they didn't answer. Maybe times I call and they said no. But as a totality of a person in a whole, I'm basing how I feel about that person about our whole relationship. Not just what I assume at that moment. So, because as soon as you assume something in that moment, you lose the whole relationship. You lose the whole gist of what made the relationship special. You lose the whole gift of the person that you say that you love and you care about, but you're putting them in a category where everybody else that did you a certain way, and these people do not even belong in that box. They don't belong in that box. But you're so dedicated to your assumptions, that's all you can see. You're so dedicated to your opinion, that's all you care about. Fuck the relationship, fuck the person, fuck your partner, fuck your family. This is how you made me feel. And by you making me feel this way, I'm just done with you. That one time, I'm just done with you. I don't want to talk to you. You made me feel some type of way. And instead of me calling you to tell you about how I felt so you can explain yourself in the totality, I just want to sit in my own opinion because that makes me safe. And because in all honesty, hold on. Because in all honesty, there is no way you could be different from everybody else. There is no way you could treat me better than the people that I love so much. There is no way you could be different. There is no way. There is no way you would tell me the truth and what you did wasn't purpose because I love somebody to no end and they dog the fuck out of me. Who are you? What makes you so different? The shit get deep and it get real deep. That's why you have to ask for clarity. Because I made a video about that. The monsters in your mind will make you remember all the bad shit. All the bad shit. And then they will make you put the bad shit on good people that they don't deserve it. But it's safer to sit in that because that gives you a line of protection too. That gives you, well, I don't want to get hurt by them. I don't want to get hurt, so that's what they is. I don't want you to do me the way they did me, so I'm putting you in that box. Don't live your life in assumptions. You will lose out. You will lose out on people. You will lose out on experiences. You will lose out on happiness. Especially if you have a troubled past. Especially. You will lose out. It could be more than two things true at the same time. Everything is not based on your experience. Because you are living in this world not by yourself. You are living with this world with a million other people. With billions of people, millions of people, thousands of people. It's not just about you and what you feel or how you think or what you thought how things should go. People do what they do and you have to either accept it or keep on moving. If it comes to a point where you may figure, oh well, they've been moving like this a little bit too long, I need to keep on moving. That's justifiable too. That's justifiable. If you see someone moving in that light, you see somebody actually moving in your assumptions, not actually you think because you feel some type of way. No, you know this person lie. You know this person cheat. You know this person a fraud. You know they use people in order for them to get what they want. Your assumptions are, you are basing your assumptions on the things that they show to you, display to you as being factual to them, then yeah, you can use your assumptions. But you using your assumptions just on the basis of the things that happen to you, and you automatically assume that these people are doing the same things when these people didn't show anything or any other characteristics besides of how you feel about the things that they did. Not but what they're doing, but how you felt about what they're doing. It's a total difference. It's a total difference. And if you don't know that difference, you will be missing out on life. So don't make no assumptions. Okay, let's get to the next one. Okay, so to number 4, okay? Do your best at all times, no matter what that is. Do your best, okay? Because people have to understand, people always wait for a perfect time to do something, right? You're either waiting for the perfect look, you're waiting for the perfect background, you're waiting for the perfect style, you're waiting for the perfect body image, waiting for the perfect place to live in, you're looking for, and you believe that once you get to this perfect place, that everything will fall into place, right? But that's not how evolution works. That's not how getting to your greatest form of self works. That's not how that works, okay? even in your lowest state upon yourself. You could be sick, you could be tired, you could be going through something right now, you could be, low-key depressed, you could be having mental setbacks. Do your best in whatever stage that you are in, because it's going to look different in different stages in your life, because you're going to be different, you're going to have different energies in different settings, right? You have to do your best in every setting that you're in, whether you're sick, whether you're depressed, whether you're anxious, whether you just don't feel good, whether you have to be your best self, whatever that is at that particular time, right? Excuse me, y'all, hold on. I know I gotta drink my water. Everybody know me, know I love water. Hold on a second. Okay. So, you have to do your best at all times, because a lot of people get stagnant because they don't feel their best selves, right? They don't feel like they are where they want to are being their best self. So they tend to stop. They tend to, when you stop, you don't grow, you don't learn, you don't elevate. But the process of learning and growing and elevating and evolving to something different is, you have to keep on going. Like, you have to keep on pushing. As long as you got breath in your body, you here. As long as you can do something, you do whatever you can at that particular point in time. That's what you can do. Because once you do a little bit, you can do a little bit more after that. So even if your little bit is not perfect, it's your best what you can do at that time. And the more you keep on doing it, the more you may perfect what you're trying to do, right? People always try to compare themselves to other people, or compare to how they look, or compare to what they used to be, or what they used to have. But you can only do the best with what you have at this particular time, in this particular moment, at this particular stage in your life, in this particular age, in this particular time. You can only do your best in this particular world. In this particular world that you're in right now, in this particular loop, you can only do your best at this point. And once you do your best at that point, ain't no telling where you will be. Ain't no telling where that will take you. But you have to be your best, because you can't just sit there and be like, well, I used to be young. I'm not young no more. So if I used to be skinny. I'm not skinny no more. So screw it. Like, oh, I used to have all this, and I used to live in a big old house, but I live in an apartment, so screw it. Like, no. No. This life is about cycles, okay? Now, within these cycles, you don't know what's going to go on, because you are the creator of your life, right? You are. But we do not control life to that aspect, right? This is always creators, always universe, is always something that we don't have any control of can step in and change the outcome of what we think that we want out of life, right? It happens to everybody. It's just a universal law. We just here. We do the best we can. Sometimes we might get rained on. Sometimes we might have an accident. Sometimes whatever it is. Like, we just have to keep on pushing within those settings. And that's what you have to do. You have to keep on pushing within those settings, because something is always going to happen. That's why I don't want to be like, oh, something always happening. If you would lie, something always going to happen. The only time something's not going to be happening to your physical person and your physical body is death. Your spirit might be evolving to certain levels, but your physical body is just going to be here. It's always going to be something that's happening. That's how, and even when you think about nature and the trees and the grass, they're moving. We just can't see them move, but they're moving. They have a whole life within their spectrum, within their area. They're moving. They're functioning within however they function. If you took people have taken still photos and still frames of actual plants actually moving throughout the day. Now, by us in our eyes, how we view plants, we can't see that. We can't see it with the naked eye because we're not there all day, every day, taking snapshots of how our plants move in the house. But to their best ability, they move how they move. And you know they move because sometimes you might go and see your plant and it look like it done grew overnight. Or sometimes you might go see your plant and then you see a couple of brown leaves and then look all lifeless. Like, what happened? What happened so quick? So they move. But we just can't see what they're doing because they're doing what they're doing at their best, whatever they do within their best spectrum of doing what they do, right? So you have a job as well. They said, what the fuck? That's so funny to me. What the fuck? You have a job as well. You have a job as well. What are you doing? You have to be your best self at all times. Because you might as well just throw yourself in the hole. Screw it. Yeah, it ain't like what it was before. Okay. Screw it. Then go. Then I don't know what to tell you. Like, it just, things are always, this life is ever evolving. And you in it. So if this life is ever evolving and you are in this life and you are in this simulation of what this life is, you're going to change too. Your outlook is going to change. Hopefully your mentality is going to change. Sometimes it don't, but if your mentality don't change while everything else is changing, you're going to feel stuck. Excuse me. You're going to feel stuck because you're going to feel like, well, I did that before. Like, yeah, that was 1995. This is 2023. That's not happening. That the 1995 is not now. 1995 is not now. Okay, it was a fun time, but 1995 is not now. Okay, it's gone. It's past. We're not there no more. We have to evolve to the place we in right now. And whatever we evolve to the place we're in right now, we're supposed to be our best. We're supposed to do our best. Whatever that is, whatever that may look like at this particular time. It's not just, oh, I had everything I wanted in my life, and I had this, and I had that, and right now I'm in this place where I don't have any of that, so I'm just going to stop. You know how crazy that sounds? Or even when I spoke it out loud? That sounds outrageous. You don't just stop. Like, as long as you have breath, you don't stop. I don't know if you guys saw The Secret, okay? But in The Secret, it spoke about manifesting, right? And even about this is about doing your best, whatever your best looks like, okay? This man had a horrifying accident. This man broke possibly every bone in his body. I believe it was a plane crash. I'm not for sure. When it comes to the actual like details, like specific, I can't get to it. I can get to the whole story. I can read the story like a book. But when it comes to the specific thing, your girl's a little neurospicy. I got you, but I can't, no. Okay, but anyway. He was in a whole airplane accident, right? So within this accident, he broke everything in his body. He broke every bone in his body, all right? So by him broke every bone in his body, the only thing that he can move was his eyeballs, okay? He can only open and close his eyes. But he knew that whatever was within him at that time, no, he couldn't walk. No, he couldn't talk. No, he couldn't move. No, he could not do what he used to do before he got to the accident. But he knew whatever he had, he was going to use it to the best of his abilities. Now, he still had his mind because he still was able to think, which is very powerful. Very powerful. He still has his mind because he was still able to think, and he had the functioning of his eyes, right? So they set up a system for this man. For him to blink, because he could still hear. For him to blink a certain amount of times so they can get to a particular alphabet. And within that alphabet, they can see, they can actually make out what he was going to say, right? So with them making out what he was actually going to say, he has said that he was going to walk out of there by Christmas. I don't know how long he was in the hospital. I don't remember. It was months, a long time. He said he was going to walk out by Christmas, right? So by him saying that, they all looked around like, this man is crazy. Like, this man can't even speak, let alone walk. Like, even his voice box was crushed. He couldn't walk. I mean, he couldn't speak. But he said he knew laying there that his brain was the most powerful thing that he had. So he sat there and he thought about how it felt walking. He thought about how it would feel to breathe on his own. He was just in that mind state of breathing and walking and moving, even though he could not. And it took him a while. It took him a long time to do this, okay? First thing, once he started thinking about breathing, how it felt and how it felt when he breathed, and when he was breathing hard and breathing in, like he felt all of that, okay? He then had to get the trach out of his mouth, because he was at the point where he was able to eat on his own. Then he got to a point where he can actually say a few things. Then it got to a point where he can actually move his legs. Then he can actually move his arms. Then he can actually sit up in the bed. Then he was able to get up and walk to get up to be transferred in the wheelchair. Then he was able to walk in a walker. By this man walking with a walker, this man was able to get out of the hospital by whatever time he said he was going to get there by. Just by his mind. Not by nothing else. Not by him saying how he don't want it. Because like I said before, the energy and the universe and God does not understand what you don't want. So you can sit, so he could have sat there like, I don't want to be like this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to have that. I don't want this. I don't want this to be my life. I don't want. All the universe here is, well, I'm a paraplegic. I'm immobile. And that's what you will get. That's what you will receive. He turned it the other way. Like, no, I'm going to walk again. I'm going to get up out of here. I'm going to do what I got to do. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get... And he got what he did, what he had to do, y'all. And that's how that works. That's how that works. You have to do your best, whatever your best is, at that point, at that moment. Because as long as you're living, as long as you're breathing, you have the ability to do whatever the hell you want to do. Not do what you want to do. Do the best that you can do. Whatever your best is. And your best is going to look different than somebody else's best. So just like if you going to the gym, your goal is to be 150 pounds. So no, you're not going to be able to do the things a 150 pound person can do at 200 pounds or 250 pounds. But once you keep on doing your best at 250 pounds, you're going to get to your 150 pounds. Get it? Yeah. Your best has a ability to evolve too. It's not just you do your best and that's all you're going to get for that particular time. No, the more you do your best, the more you're going to get. The more abundant you're going to be. The more you're going to have. The more you're going to be feeling accomplished. And then once you get out of that cycle and that evolution and that loop of your best, then you'll go to another cycle of being the best at whatever that cycle is. And it's going to be totally different than the cycle that you was in. It's all part of evolution. It's all part of, that's why you have to do your best at all times. No matter who looking, no matter who ain't looking, no matter if people will talk about you or tell you know what you're doing. Like me, I can imagine now I'm getting transparent here, which I do a lot of times. I can imagine how many people see me and they'll be like, the fuck is she talking about? The fuck is she talking about? Who gave her authority to speak? She talking all this shit, but who gonna listen to her? Why her? Why she thinks she qualified to speak the way she did? Why she thinks she qualified to speak on the thing that she thinks she's speaking on? What makes her the one? Not saying that I'm qualified within myself and my experience and my knowledge, what I learned and what I did and what I can input in my life. I'm trying to input to other people the things that I seen, the situation I seen played out without me even have to be in this situation. The connection that I have to God, the connection that I have to spirit, the connection that I always had to integrity and morals, and the connection that I was born with by me being a life path number 11, and by me being very mystical, and by me being a born healer, and by me being an INFJ. They will not sit there and take what I just said about how I am naturally and authentically. They will not take what they will not take that. They will just automatically base my best on what they view me as. It's just me and me. I'm just me. I'm just a shy girl. I may look outgoing, but I'm very quiet. I never really talked. This is the most I talked in my life. I never really talked. Maybe because I knew I was here to observe. I came here to observe. I came here to learn. So a big part of my life, I was very quiet. And if you did know me, you probably thought I was mute. I understood what was going on. I just didn't feel like I had to speak because I had nothing to speak about, because my mind was processing everything. My mind was processing things. I questioned a lot. I questioned about religion. I questioned about spirit. I questioned why people do these things and they know this outcome is going to come. I understood universal law without anybody even telling me what the fuck universal law was. I understood it. I understand certain things that people can understand. I can break certain things down that people can't break down. I can see a situation as being what it is and take that as the face value, not to see what I want it to be. I can break down a whole bunch of shit and people only see me as being me. But right now, what I'm doing right now, I'm seeing me doing my best with the best I have right now. I'm going to continue to do my best with the best I have right now. And what people have to understand, even if you're not starting a YouTube channel, or you don't want to, put yourself out there to be seen, or whatever the case was, you don't want to do all these things. Even by you doing your best, people are going to question you at your best. You could be a chunky girl all your life and awesome. You going to the gym, people are going to question that. Why are you going to the gym now? What happened? What made you change your mind? I thought you was a proud BBW. Or you not proud no more? Oh, so you didn't mean everything you said at that time? At that time, yeah, she was a proud BBW. She was proud of herself. But at this time, she wants to lose weight and she wants to be in another space in life, which is fine. A lot of people don't like to do their best because people will question them, and they will put how they feel on their best. So as me right now, like I said, I see me doing this as being my best. But someone could see me being my best, and someone can see me and they'll think I look totally fucking ridiculous. They will criticize everything that I'm doing, everything I'm saying. She isn't a psychologist. What is she talking about? She isn't certified. What is she talking about? She just stating her opinion. She doesn't know too much. But I know about life. And I know about love. And I know about God. And I know about spirit. And I know about getting out of loops. I know about changing energy. I know I'm an energy reader. I know I'm a healer. And I know I was brought here to do this automatically. I know I don't need a piece of paper to tell me how solidified I am, because my position didn't come from that paper. That position came from the Creator. I'm solidified in myself. And in my authentic self, this is who I am authentically. Anybody that has known me, anybody that has came across me, anybody who has met me in their life will tell you, I'm not perfect, no. I might catch an attitude, yes. At one point, I might even cuss your ass out. But when it comes to solidarity and having integrity and being there and always looking on the other spectrum of things, always understanding other people's plight in a situation, always wanting to give a certain type of love and healing to a situation, always was willing to give a certain word from God through a situation that people probably wouldn't even think about. That has always been me. Always. And I'm gonna leave here with it me being me. That has always been me. Always. I don't need no paper to tell me that. I don't need no book to tell me that. That's the reason why I started doing it. Because when I started my healing journey, I realized the gifts that God gave me. Not because I wanted it. Not because I'm better than anybody else. But just because I had to acknowledge what was given to me. And this is what was given to me. This, what I'm doing now, the information that I'm giving, I don't care if I'm reading tarot, I'm talking about horoscope, I'm talking about birth charts, I'm talking about healing, I'm talking about shadow work, I'm talking about love, I'm talking about relationships. All this is given to me authentically from the Creator. I did not just hop on this saying, oh, let me do this because everybody else talking. What I did was, let me show my gift, because a lot of people are listening. That's what I did. That's exactly what I did. Let me show who I am, because times are changing. Can you imagine me saying these things when I was fucking 15, 16 years old? Even though I probably thought it. Even though the information that I have is far greater than, but on the aspects, on the general, on the basis of things. Can you imagine? So yeah, I was quiet. Yeah, I masked a whole lot. I masked my authenticity a whole lot. I try to fit in to a certain point, not to that point, okay? Because even when I was growing up, I really didn't care about what everybody else was doing. I always concerned about what I wanted to do. I never cared about what everybody else was doing. I always concerned about what I wanted to do. I wasn't, because I knew what everybody else was doing, I didn't want the effects of what that was. So yeah, I lived in the hood all my life. And I probably got my first car maybe like at 20, 21, which was a bucket. I know people that was driving at 15, 14. And majority, not some, because my best friend had a whip. She always had a car. But the majority of the people, oh, they was doing some, they was getting it out the mud. If y'all know what I'm talking about. They was getting it out the mud. And they used to pass me up on the bus stop. Sometimes I'm on the bus stop on Figueroa. Sometimes I'm on the bus stop on Crenshaw. They always pass me up on the bus stop. And sometimes stop. Hey, girl, what's going on? You want to ride? No, I'm good. You all right? Yeah, I'm good. Are you still on this bus, honey? Yep. Mm-hmm. All right, we about to go then. Okay, bye. Now, how they saw me, they probably said, "Oh, her sitting on that damn bus, and she been on that bus stop for a long time. Ain't nobody really checking for her on that bus stop. She ain't got nothing. I got this, I got that. Look what I'm driving. We about to have some fun." She could have got in the car with us. But they don't know that I know. I know what you did to get that car. And I know what's going to come with that by you being in that car. And no, that ride and the effects of what you got coming to you does not match up. I'll sit on this bus stop. I don't have to go to jail to someone tell me how jail is awful. Like, it's jail. It's supposed to be awful. It's not supposed to be a vacation. It's supposed to be a punishment. I understand that. Nobody had to tell me that. Nobody had to tell me to go and be be materialistic. I done dated a lot of people. I dated a lot of people. And I dated a whole lot of people. Okay, dated. Not intimately, but dated, okay? And within the people that I have dated, okay, some of the people was well off. Now, I mean, well off, they were very well off. But their spirit was off too. So I said, no. No, your money is not going to justify you treating me like a piece of shit because you know you're on another totem pole than anybody else that's around here. I don't care about the money that bad. I just need, I need the genuine love. I need your genuine spirit. That's what I care about. Because that money can be here and go. That money can be here and there. That money does not equate my happiness. That money will not be justifiable into you treating me wrong, doing me bad, talking to me like a dog on the street, beating my ass. I love me more than that. So yeah, I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna talk my shit. Because a lot of people come from where I came from, they didn't know that. They still struggle with that to this day. A lot of people are focusing on material things. A lot of people are focusing on how this way of the world is working with all these new gadgets and all these new things, that people have lost the very essence of what makes us special is spirit. It's our heart. It's our love. It's our connection to the universe, to God, to the Creator, whoever you are. That is what makes it special. That is what's important. Because if you keep on following these gadgets and these trends, you're going to be, and you don't have no solidarity, and you don't know who you are, you're going to be changing every time something changes. And not to get on my girls that got plastic surgery, because I understand. But now they saying plastic surgery ain't even a thing no more. Now what? Now what? How you gonna look now? You gonna go get some plastic surgery and then take it out so you can look like you didn't have plastic surgery anymore because it's not in no more? You know what type of trauma that does to your body? You know what type of trauma that does to your mental state? It's not worth it. I always knew the connection between spirit, love, God, yourself, who you are authentically. Like I said, I've been living in the hood all my life. People that try to talk to me and they affiliated, try to give me some name, some affiliated name. I don't want to know that. What's your name? What did your mama name me? People looking at me like I'm crazy at 17 years old. What's your mama name me? Because I'm not calling you that. I'm not, no. What's your name? You can't tell me your name and we can't talk. I'm not calling you that. I need to know you authentically. Whatever that is. Whether you're right, you're wrong, you're indifferent, you stand out, you don't, you a nerd, you a hot boy or whatever they used to call them back in the day. I can't remember. Whatever it is, I need to know who you are authentically. Besides what's all around that name brand, what's all around that your money, what's all around your car, what's all around how many jewels you got on. I need to know who you are. And with me knowing who you are, I can handle you in a certain type of way. I can handle you in a certain type of fashion. I can deal with you. But you want me to deal you on the basis of the world, on the what the world judge you on, I have never and I will not. Till this day. I have never and I will not. I need to know who you are on the inside, who God created you to be on the inside. I need to know what your heart is. I need to know what you do. I need to know how you love. I need to know what you think. I need you to dig a little bit deeper. Okay? It's real deep over here. It gets real deep over here. I need you to dig a little bit deeper. Dig deeper, darling. Deeper. I need you to dig deeper over here. That ain't that. I don't care what I look like, what you think, what you see. Oh, I've been living over here. I used to live there all my life, and I'm just like them. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. And I have never been. No, I'm not. I have never been. It's deep over here. So, yeah, I'm going to talk my shit because a lot of us need that shit. We've been so level surfaced for too fucking long. And it destroyed a lot of us. It destroyed a lot of women, a lot of men, a lot of families. Just being base level. Just being shallow. Just shallow. Just shallow. Just being shallow. Lost yourself for riches. Losing yourself for material gain. Losing yourself. Losing your integrity. Losing the things that really will make you important. Because when you get down to the get down, everybody, I'm saying everybody the same, but if you don't have no substance, you don't have nothing. The material things ain't no substance. They just toys to me. It's toys. It's fun. Yes, I done have fun. I done had big fun with the ratchets, okay? I done had fun. I done had big fun. But even in my fun, I knew that was not all what made me. I knew that I was much more than that. And I want people to understand how much more you are than that. So yeah, I'm going to talk my shit. I'm going to do my best, whatever my best is right now. Even though I got a piece of gum stuck in my damn teeth, because I'm not supposed to be eating no motherfucking gum, because I got braces, okay? I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to do my best at this time, wherever my best is. And I want you guys to do as well, okay? So, I done said what all I had to say, okay? Hey. I done gave y'all a lot. Your girl burned out. I need to recharge, okay? I need to sit back. Today is my day off. I need to go check on my mama. I need to feed my fur babies. And I need to go see what my wife is doing, okay? Because I done gave it all to y'all. I done gave it all to y'all. I done gave it all. I done gave it all to y'all. So, I got to recharge. So, hopefully y'all enjoyed my segment. This is about the longest video that I ever made, okay? Hopefully, by the time I recharge and I get back on here, I can give y'all some more gems, okay? Because this is just the start. This is just the beginning, okay? You're going to see me a lot more often, all right? And hopefully I see you, okay? All right, now I'm about to go. All right, y'all have a good day. Bye.